Ah, Smart Water, now in a sleek can.
This feels cool, literally.
Perfect for social gatherings and on the go.
Should I start wearing turtlenecks?
One sip at a time, friend. Smart Water cans, for those with a taste for taste. Get yours today.
The Stone Zone on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Welcome back. You're back in the Stone Zone. I've just received some terrific news by text. My own son, 44 years old, a law enforcement officer, has emerged from open heart surgery in Boston for the repair of a valve. His surgery was entirely successful, and he's going to be fine. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Now I'm going to bring in one of my favorite people in the entire world. Dr. Stella Emmanuel is a Cameroonian-American physician currently practicing medicine in Houston, Texas. Dr. Stella did her general medicine practice in Nigeria, then migrated to America to complete her residency, becoming a licensed physician here. She's been in the forefront of those who advocated for early treatment of COVID-19 with hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin, and now she's back with shocking warning of a new potential pandemic. I should also mention that Dr. Stella is a minister of the Lord. She's an apostle for Jesus Christ. She's the founder of the Firepower Ministries, and she is always a delight because she's an optimist and she is a warrior. Dr. Stella, welcome to the Stone Zone.
Hello, Roger. I'm so excited to be here today. Thank you for having me. It's I guess it's an exciting day to be talking to you, but of course, right now we need to keep standing and fighting for our people because the battle is not gone yet, you know?
No, you're absolutely right. Many people who think as you and I do believe that because President Trump is back in the White House that all of our problems are solved, and that isn't even close to being true. I want to focus off the top, however, on a very compelling social media post that you put up the other day, and you, in a way, you pointed out that the so-called 201, the Biodefense Commission, foretold us about COVID-19. Now you say the next agent of choice for a national pandemic is Nipah virus. You predict that this will come on the 4th of July, but the good news is that you are on top of it. Tell us about this virus.
Yeah, so basically I came across a post that I came across it. I don't know what I was looking for online. Somebody posted it on another this platform about pandemic preparedness, actually, that they were trying to do because they had tried it, they were trying to do this pandemic preparedness. And then it reminded me of Event 201, because, with Event 201, a lot of us, they went through the whole thing about how COVID was going to happen and exactly what's going to happen to COVID. And it came to happen. So I was panicked in a little bit, like, you know what? They are exactly telling us what's going to happen again. And we need to wake up. So their agent of choice right now is they had a Biodefense Commission. That's a bipartisan commission that met in 2024. And then they created this whole scenario where there was going to have a biological attack, a terrorist attack that's going to be biological. It's going to happen. Their date of choice was July 4, 2025. And their agent of choice was Nipah virus. And it's a little scary because Nipah virus is not like COVID. Nipah virus is more infectious than COVID and more deadly. Nipah virus has actually 40% death rate. It's a zoonotic infection. That means it transmits from animal to humans. So they put this out, and then so I went, of course, to dig into it to find out what's happening. What do you do about Nipah virus? How do you survive Nipah virus? What is the symptoms? What are the symptoms of Nipah virus? Like I would say, the symptoms are just the same like flu-like symptoms like headache, cough, sore throat, and then it can develop into neurological complications, brain inflammations, encephalitis, confusion. People can go into coma, and it has a 40% death rate. So I told the American people, we need to be prepared, but Nipah virus is a single-stranded RNA virus. So I don't say this to scare people, but when we hear about these things, I tell people it's better to be prepared. Nipah virus is a single-stranded RNA virus. Single-stranded RNA viruses, there are many studies, and you can just Google it. You will see studies in the NIH that they've done about it. Single-stranded RNA viruses are sensitive to zinc. Zinc needs a transport system to get into the cell. So that is why it is good to take zinc with a transport system like quercetin, elderberry, ECGC. You should take supplements with zinc and a transport system, to get into your cell and help you deal with viruses. Not just Nipah virus, COVID, flu, bird flu, Zika, all these, RSV, they are all RNA viruses, and you can build your immunity towards them. Measles, you can build your immunity towards them by making sure that your body has adequate zinc. The regular population, about 25% of the population is zinc deficient because, like I said, zinc needs a transport system, and our food supply has been so messed up that we don't get enough of these nutrients to be able to get us to absorb zinc properly. So that is the first thing I'll tell people. The second thing I'll tell people is that get hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin into your medicine cabinet. They are broad-spectrum antivirals, and they also can treat all these RNA viruses. Third thing I'll tell people is that get your family ready and prepared, because not just this whole idea of there might be a Nipah virus pandemic, but they already have a new COVID variant that is coming in the summer, and we're already seeing people getting sick. They have Moderna was given $590 million in December to produce a new vaccine for bird flu, and now they already have a new vaccine for COVID. So everything that they are doing is about making sure that we get injected with the mRNA operating system. How would you stop getting scared about it? Is if you make sure you build your immune system. Roger, we are in the Third World War. Third World War not fought with bombs and guns, although right now I'm thinking that bombs and guns are about to join the war. But the Third World War that we've been fighting right now is not with bombs and guns, but with vaccines, viruses, environmental pollutants, food pollutants, and just destroying our food supply and injecting things into our food that makes us unhealthy. Over the past 5 years, many people had COVID. If you didn't have COVID, some people took the vaccine. If you didn't take the vaccine, you didn't have COVID, you were shedded upon. And because of that, many people have some sort of spike protein disease that has messed up with their immune system. So what we've been doing, what my mission right now to the American people is twofold. Number one, every American needs to have hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin in their medicine cabinet. I am so thankful. Today, while I was waiting to come to talk to you, I received a text from one of my pharmacy friends. Louisiana just passed a law that ivermectin can be, it just passed the House that ivermectin can become over-the-counter. We're fighting for it in Texas. Arkansas has passed it, and I think 2 other states. I'm hoping this will get more and more, and we'll, at least by the time we have about 15 states that have ivermectin over the counter, at least everybody in America can have access over the counter, because they can just send money to a friend in any of these states to buy it for them or travel there. So that's one thing we're advocating all over the country right now, to bring ivermectin over the counter like it is over the counter in many nations. If that happens, many American people will have a fighting chance. But if before that happens, I advise everybody get hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin in your medicine cabinet. If you cannot get it from your doctor, go to our website, make a telemedicine appointment, drstellamd.com. We will send it to your house in all 50 states. And of course, if you use Stone Zone on our website, you get a discount. So that is the first thing I'm telling people. I know, because people call me at 2, 3 a.m. after they're already sick, or call me on Sunday to come get them out of the hospital. You won't believe it, Roger. Right now, in the hospitals, their whole thing about COVID is still about giving them remdesivir. They have not changed the protocols in the hospitals. They have not changed how they treat it. The government has not acknowledged the fact that these medicines work, even though there are over 100 studies right now that show that hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin works. Because if they acknowledge that, that will mean that they cannot push their mRNA operating system jab, which they call, what we call. So that is the first thing I'll tell people. Make sure you have it in your medicine cabinet. Yes, the second thing I would advise the American people to do is to make sure that you're taking one of the nutraceuticals that has a zinc transport system. If you go on our website on drstellamd.com, you click on the marketplace, you will see something that says supplements with zinc transport system. Click on that. Some people get your children on gummies. People are taking Covilite. You know how you love Covilite, Roger.
Yes, great.
They all have vitamin C, D, zinc, and quercetin. You understand? Or elderberry, or ECGC, or some sort of zinc transport system. make sure you're taking those nutraceuticals, because if you do, you will build your immune system and against a lot of these viruses. I'm telling people right now, we need to go back. That's one of the things that has happened for me in the past 5 years is I've transcended from just being a physician that, cuts and writes a prescription to really looking at natural medicine, looking at nutraceuticals, looking at other things, nutrition that can help people survive some of the things that have happened to us or that will continue to happen to us. So that is my mantra right now. That's what I'm screaming from the rooftop. They are not stopping these vaccines. Everybody are still getting it. They are still pushing the boosters. Robert Kennedy is talking about, you need to take dyes out of our Fruit Loops. It is great. Let's make Fruit Loops great again. But that is not the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is that they are still injecting people with the mRNA vaccine. They are still giving it to our children. They came up with some posts about CDC says they will not recommend it to healthy children. But they are still healthy children. Unhealthy children is really, really broad. That means they can still make your child with asthma get the shot and all kinds of stuff like that. So they are still injecting these shots that are deadly. People are still taking boosters, and they need to stop it. And until that happens, we're on our own in this battle. So that is why I'm screaming from the rooftop. Just please try to get you and your family protected by getting the right nutraceuticals, get the right medicines in your medicine cabinet. When you're prepared, you will not be scared.
Yeah, the government's efforts to discredit ivermectin are one of the greatest disgraces of all time. You see, under federal law, if there is an oral medication that treats a specific malady, then you can't have a vaccination for it. The man who invented ivermectin won a Nobel Prize for it. I have just finished reading a number of studies about the effectiveness of ivermectin in the treatment of cancer. I am not a physician. I'm not giving anyone medical advice, but I can tell you that ivermectin was a crucial component of my wife's own anti-cancer protocol. She was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer almost 4 years ago. To this day, she is cancer-free. I attribute the right treatments, including ivermectin. It is an incredible drug, and the idea that it is available over the counter, which I was unaware of, or is in some states and will be hopefully in others, is excellent news, because when I proselytize about ivermectin, they ask me, how do I get it, where do I get it, and so on. This would be a giant breakthrough. You also mentioned zinc. Zinc makes the absorption of vitamin C more efficient, more effective. Zinc is particularly important for men in terms of our plumbing. It is an incredibly important natural supplement, but don't take it on an empty stomach, because it will upset your stomach. What you say is absolutely true. Dr. Stella, are they including the mRNA in, say, the flu vaccination when you go to a drugstore and get it?
In fact, the Pfizer CEO said that many other vaccines right now are going to become mRNA. Do you know what I'm saying? And in fact, USDA was given $1 billion to mitigate bird flu, and part of the mitigation was going to include mRNA vaccines for chicken. Do you know what I'm saying? So they are trying very much to make sure that everybody gets exposed to this mRNA, vaccine thing. So, and many of our other vaccines are being converted to mRNA without informing the public. So make sure. So I don't even know why people take flu vaccines. They don't work. Do you know what I'm saying? And the way flu vaccines are made, even the old flu vaccines, thank God I've never taken it. It's like they predict the current flu strains from last year's strain, and most of the time they don't really work, and people get very sick from it. Why? What do you need a flu vaccine for? You don't need it, because you can build your immunity. Flu is an RNA virus. It is sensitive to zinc, vitamin C, D, zinc, and quercetin. Why? This is the issue with zinc. You said something about when you take zinc, it can disturb your stomach. It's because a lot of people are taking large quantities of zinc. What we do right now is our zinc, we have we don't put 50 milligrams of zinc. We try to keep our zinc below 20 milligrams, and then we put it with other supplements. Like we have zinc in COVID-Light, we have zinc in many other supplements, and it doesn't hurt your stomach because it's not a massive amount. People have to be careful about taking massive amounts of zinc because it can affect absorption of copper, can cause anemia. So if our supplements are built to give you an adequate amount of zinc without it being too much to cause other problems, our supplements are produced to give you the adequate amount of quercetin, because anything that you take too much of can cause problems. So if you go to drstellamd.com, you click on the marketplace, you will see something called supplements with zinc. All of them, they are gummies for children, people that take COVID, people that take other things. We did something called COVID sleep. So for people that are having sleep disorder, we have vitamin C, zinc, and quercetin with just 5 milligrams of zinc. But it has ashwagandha, it has melatonin. So if you're having sleep disorder, you can take that at night and you still have your viral immune. There are studies, you can just Google this. There are studies about zinc and viruses. But like I said, zinc needs a transport system. 25% of our population is zinc deficient. So that is why we need to take it in the adequate amounts. Don't take it too much. If it's hurting your stomach, you're probably taking too much of it. So that's what we're telling the American people. These things are easy for us to take, easy for us to build immunity, easy for us to be able to survive some of these things that are happening. And Roger, I tell people all the time, don't be scared, be prepared. The reason why a lot of people are scared is because they are not prepared. If you are prepared, you will not be scared. If you have the right thing in your home, in your family, then you will not be scared. So that is all I'll tell people. Don't be scared, be prepared. And that is why we do what we do.
All right, we have to leave it there. You can find Dr. Stella Emmanuel at drstellamd.com, drstellamd.com. Forewarned is forearmed. She's made it very clear that you can be prepared with ivermectin, with vitamin C, with vitamin D, zinc, hydroxychloroquine. She is a physician. I'm not a physician. She knows what she's talking about. I love you, Stella. You are the best. Thank you so much for joining us today in the Stone Zone.
The Stone Zone on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Hello, folks. Larry Kudlow here. Pay attention, because China is leading the largest anti-American alliance since World War II. One that's already dumped U.S. bonds, grabbed 43 million acres of our farmland, and is plotting to dethrone the dollar. That's why IRA and 401k savers are protecting their savings with gold. Please go to freegoldguide.com/Kudlow or just call 800-621-3908 for your free gold guide on how to protect your wealth with gold 100% tax-free.